increasing and decreasing functions. We start off and we have this saying, as A increases, that's an angle, as angle A increases, Y increases, and X decreases. They tried to draw you a picture of it, but it's a little bit hard to see without animation. But let's start off with this. This is picture 1. And so I'm looking at an angle here. Okay, this is angle A, and you can see there's a Y value and there's an X value. Okay? So we take that angle and we're going to open it up. We're going to increase the angle and we're going to make it bigger. And so that's when we come to picture 2 right here. So see how they took that angle and they opened it up? They opened up the angle, they increased the angle, and notice what happened to Y and X. As angle A increased, the Y value increased, but the X value decreased. That's what that saying says. And so picture 3 here, we take that angle and we open it up even further. Okay? Open up that angle even further, we can see that as the angle gets bigger, Y gets bigger. As that angle got bigger, X got smaller. And so this is the main concept here, okay, with that increase and decrease. So then down here, they say since R is fixed, notice this is saying the same every time. And so we almost don't need to even think about R, but it says, since R is fixed, sine A increases. Well, that should make sense because we've memorized that sine goes with Y. And so if Y increases, then of course sine increases as well. And we know that cosine goes with X, so if X decreases, then cosine decreases as well. All right? So that's where that's coming from. Tangent, we know tangent is Y over X. And so what's happening is the numerator is getting bigger, but the denominator is getting smaller. I don't mean negative, I mean smaller. And so if the numerator is getting bigger and the denominator is getting smaller, that would make your overall number increase. All right? So cosecant, we know cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So we don't, it's like 1 over sine, I guess. And since sine was increasing, we would have our denominator increasing. And if that denominator is getting bigger, think about what fractions do. If I have a fraction 1/2 and change it to 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, as my denominator is increasing, the overall value is decreasing. That's what's happening. So similarly with secant, that's 1 over cosine A. We've got cosine, which is decreasing. And so the denominator is getting small. So think about fractions like 1/6, 1/5, 1/4, 1/3, 1/2. As that denominator is decreasing, the overall value is increasing. And then cotangent, okay? Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. And so if tangent is increasing, that denominator is increasing, the overall value is increasing. I think that's pretty tough to think about. You might want to go back and play that again and look at that again. I think that's kind of a tough concept. Then we've got example X2. Determine whether each statement is true or false. So we're going to answer true or false. So go back and remember that saying, as the angle A increases, Y increases, and X decreases. As the angle increases, Y increases, and X decreases. So when we look at part A, in order to force the angle to increase, all right, I'm going to say this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Imagine an 18-degree angle opening up to a 21-degree angle, okay? And so we want to know if that statement is true or false. And I think it's kind of tough, and so I'm going to try and illustrate this with a picture. Let's draw an 18-degree angle. So let's just call that 18 degrees. And so we're talking about sine, so we're talking about Y values, right? Okay, so that 18 degrees corresponds with some Y value. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up to 21 degrees. The R value stays constant, so if I open that up to 21 degrees, okay, I've opened up the angle. I've increased my angle, and as the angle increases, y increases. Look at your y values. Okay, which one should be bigger? The y value that's attached to the 18 degrees, or the y value that's attached to the 21 degrees? The 21, right? The 21, right? So this one, the one that goes with the 21. So is that what this says? The y value that's attached to the 21 is bigger than the y value that's attached to the 18? That's exactly what that says, and so that's why this answer is true. Okay? So then the other one, we're talking about cosine, so we're talking about x's, but notice I have to make my angle increase. So let's call the first one 49. So let's draw a 49-degree angle. And since we're looking at cosines, we're looking at x's, right? So think about what happens to that x. We're going to open it up. We're going to increase the angle so that now it's 56. So what you would need to think about is as the angle increases, the x value decreases. But think about which x has to be bigger. Is the x that's attached to the 49 bigger, or the x attached to the 56 bigger? 49? The x attached to the 49 has to be bigger. Is that what this says? That's not what this says. That says the x attached to the 49 is smaller. So that's wrong. That's why this is false.